Been streaming this whole time? Have I been, oopsies. Hi everyone. Maybe? I don't know. Let's see, stop streaming. Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Your mini-me's downstairs.
I know, she was just up here with me all morning. Okay. Hi, good morning. There we go. Okay. Oh gosh, sounds like we're ready, huh? Y'all are ready. How are we doing? Is Mercury direct? Does anybody know? We made it? We survived, all of us? Venus, Mercury. Okay. This is Melissa. Say hi. She's here to help. Hi. My name's Mariel, if we haven't met before. Thanks so much for being here. This is a model of yoga that starts when you get here and ends when you leave. So if it's not your cup of tea, there's the door. And please, I'm not offended if you leave early, so I hope that you as neighbors and regulars aren't offended if people leave early. And if you're, sometimes people are running late. This is the yoga of the householder. So I really do believe your practice starts when you get here and ends when you leave, and we can move differently and at different paces and still move together. So I'm just looking to maybe Becky's row. We definitely have some space up here if needed. We could fit one in here between PJ and Nikki if needed, but just in case of latecomers, if you want to if you feel like you could get a little closer on either side and have a space for someone if needed, that's always very hospitable and appreciated. And for the new folks, a reminder, everything I offer you is an invitation, not an obligation. Hi. So please feel free to take it or leave it. Modify, spectate, hydrate as you like. This is your practice. Again, we can move differently and still move together. I'll try to offer lots of options when appropriate. Happy New Year, Shana Tova. I love holidays from all traditions and heritages. I love any invitation to seek meaning, to find meaning, to make meaning, to pause and reflect and ask myself what any tradition is asking of us. And so, Happy New Year. When I was Googling Rosh Hashanah this morning, and feel free to chime in, good yoga is a good conversation. It talks about it being a new year, which it kind of is that feeling in the air, it's so appropriately timed in a way. And it's a time between now, it's the high holy days, the time between now and Yom Kippur, which is in another week? On a week from tomorrow, it sounds like reflect, repent, forgive, repair. And it had me thinking this morning in the shower because this is a side story. Someone gave me a candle this morning. It's like a ritual candle. And it says when you do your ritual, you could have your pets are okay, but to remove any humans from the environment. I just thought that was hilarious. Okay, I don't know why that popped in there. So I remembered in my 20s, I was in a yoga class, and my yoga teacher at the time said something along the lines of, forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. Anyone, not to put anyone on the spot, but anyone struggle with forgiveness? And and when she said that, it was like a virtue, not only that I didn't struggle with, but I just, in my 20s, I hadn't even really thought about. Like, I was already in the sort of yoga nun practice of really cultivating the virtues that are like the most sort of prominent and obvious of the yoga tradition, and they kind of are the same across traditions in terms of morality. But like forgiveness, I was like, I don't even know what that is, let alone it's a gift I give myself. And I chewed on that for some time, and I did come to really understand and relate to forgiveness in that way as a gift that we give to ourselves. So if that's like a new idea for you, just like let that land and take your time chewing on it and digesting it. That the folks that maybe like who we have wronged with or there's unresolved conflict with, that like eats us inside, because in October we're going to talk about what haunts us in the yoga studio. I love we need like a sample board for you over there. I'm like having a Howard Stern moment. That's not hurting them. They live in us, and it hurts us. So how does that forgiveness resolve, regardless of the extrinsic conflict, how does it resolve something in us? Or like, how do we metabolize it or repair it? So just some food for thought over the course of this coming week, that there's a tradition that's inviting us to this sort of contemplation and consideration. And the physical practice of yoga is a somatic practice. It's about being in our bodies, and that this is a time we take to let those ideas land, not in our heads, but to let them move in our bodies in ways that can work in a really subconscious way. And it really does work like that in my experience. So I invite you to kind of let that land maybe in your mind or in your heart and kind of let it seep down and out in all directions. And then also, because there is this like change in the air, this sort of new year feeling, there's something that happens in the yogic science called Ayurveda. I'll like loosely say it as being vata deranged, but it's this idea that when there's a change in the air, you can feel it, and it's even like windier, and it can be very kind of uprooting or unsettling. It can make us gassy. Anyone? It can cause disrupted sleep. It can make us feel scatterbrained. And it's just this recognition that we are part of the rest of nature. We are part of something greater than just ourselves. And so that as nature is undergoing these cycles and these shifts, what can we do to align ourselves and ground ourselves and feel anchored even in the midst of change? So in a physical sense, in a physical yoga practice, that means like really getting into our foundation, really getting into our legs, really getting into any physical part of ourselves that is in connection to the earth in any pose. Again, we'll have this sort of subconscious, subliminal way and helping us to feel more grounded as we weather the changes and transitions. So I'll play with that today. Any requests? Okay, here we go. Thanks so much for choosing to be here and to be together. Take as comfortable a seat as humanly possible for you in this moment. You can widen your buttock flesh to root a little more heavily into your sit bones, AKA ischial tuberosities. Wow, that's the scatterbrainedness. Root into your ischial tuberosities. Feel your connection to the earth. And with each consecutive exhalation over the next few breaths, allow yourself, consciously give permission to yourself to settle more heavily into the lap of the earth, to feel the floor beneath you, to feel the ground beneath the floor, feel the earth beneath the ground. The eyes can be softly opened or softly close your eyes, a gesture of turning into darkness in order to see more clearly, to become more sensitive, more receptive to the inner sensations, the inner voices, the inner landscape. Notice what you feel, where you feel it. Notice if there's anything in particular that you need or want from your practice of yoga today. Allow yourself to become more sensitive, more receptive to whatever it is your practice has to offer to you today. And as we set the tone for a new year, a new cycle, whether it be forgiveness or any other of the virtues that you can imagine, what virtue in particular would be the best gift you could give to yourself this year? The cultivation of which virtue? Could be compassion, courage, forgiveness, reparation, love. What does your heart of hearts know it needs and you need? We'll bring the hands together before the heart in Anjali Mudra as we plant that seed of intention in our heart of hearts. We bring the hands together before the heart in a gesture of offering, a gesture that places this aspect of ourselves, the voice of the heart, the true teacher really, before us as a guide for at least the time we spend together. And together we'll set the tone for our practice by sharing the voices of our hearts together in the sound of an Om. And please feel free to join in the sound or just let it wash over you. Deep breath in. Bow to your heart, and as best you can, keeping that connection inward, unwavering, release the hands, blink open the eyes. And let's come onto all fours to start in a tabletop position. I'd love to make sure everyone has 2 blocks and massage balls today. And folks at home, if you heard that, 2 blocks, and if you have massage balls at home, have those handy. Bring your hands up to the top of your mat, knees under the hips. You can pad your knees as you like. And as you exhale, round your back like a cat. Push the hands down and forward as you draw the sides of the waist up and back. Couple of breaths there. Inhale to arch when you're ready. Couple of breaths here. Claw the fingertips and pull the hands back. As you exhale, push through the arms. Push the hands down and forward. Press into the back of your body more for a breath or 2. And on an inhale, melt the spine towards the earth. Pull the hands towards the knees as you slide the heart forward and up. Couple of breaths there. Linking breath and movement in the ways that feel good. Now as we start to dial into the fabric of the body, notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. Listen to the body. What is it telling you? What is it showing you? Press the inner edges of the hands down. And as you exhale, find your way into downward facing dog. Bend your left leg a lot to stretch back through the right leg. Push the hands down and forward to launch the hips up and back, and then really root, ground through the right heel towards the earth. It may or may not touch the earth, and especially if it doesn't, and if it does, maybe try scooching the back foot back until the heel doesn't touch the earth. And ground through the space between the heel and the mat towards the earth. Now bend your right leg a lot, and stretch back through the left heel. And if your left heel comes to the floor, again, invitation, option to scooch that left foot back until the heel is actually ungrounded. And then root through the space between the heel and the mat. Claw the fingertips, spread the toes. Pedal your feet from side to side. Inhale to plank. Claw the fingertips, look at your hands, and if any part of the inner edge of the hands are lifting up, press them down. Keep that connection to the ground through the inner edges of the hands, and on an exhale, send your hips up and back as you press the inner edges of the hands down. 2 more times. Inhale, claw the fingertips, pull through to plank. On a slow exhale through the nose, push back to dog. 2 more times, linking breath and movement. Inhale, pull through to plank. And on your breath at your own pace through the nose, exhale, push back to dog. 1 more time together on your own. Good. Toes tucked under. Lower the knees down, sit back on your heels. Reach your, and so I know this could be a lot for some people. This is like part of it today. Toes tucked under, sit back on your heels. Patting under your knees if and as you like. And then, yeah, just kind of notice your window of tolerance, your threshold. And right at the edge, take a breath and then know, like, exit strategy. Lift your hips up. And then if and when you're ready and you can tolerate it again, come back down, okay? And it might be like breath up, breath down, breath up, breath down. And that range of motion, just even coming up and down, is great for your hips and your knees. And then eventually you might find that you could stay a little longer, okay? So just be really present with your window of tolerance. In addition to that, we're gonna reach the right arm up. Imagine you're gonna pat yourself on the back, and with your left hand, hug the right elbow to the midline and press your head into your arm until you feel a little bit of awareness or a big stretch through the triceps on the right side. And press your heels back, ribs back, head back, and as the hand presses into the elbow, press the elbow into the hand. Inhale through center if you're not already. Point the feet, squeeze the heels together. Keep the heels together as you bend the left elbow. Right hand can hug the left elbow to the midline as the elbow pushes into the hand. The tendency is for the head to press forward, press the head back. And as you squeeze the heels together, flick your toenails down, maybe slow motion, sit back on your heels, but try to keep the heels together and the head back. Breathe, feel, notice. You can come up and down to come in and out as you like in your own pace, just moving with mindful awareness so that you don't get to the point that you're moving with urgency or impulse, because that's where we tend to get hurt. So really finding your edges, staying with your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. We're going to place a block underneath the left knee. I got this from Alex. I had the luxury of taking Alex's class on Friday, and she did this, and I'm freshly obsessed. Was anyone there? Okay, so you have your left knee and shin on the block, pat it as needed, hands underneath the shoulders, shoulders over the wrists. We're gonna lift the right knee up. I think she actually made us have a block on our hips maybe, but the goal is to keep your hips square. So when you lift the left knee up, we're not like sort of tilting the hips to the left. So think right hip towards the earth, left hip crease back. We're gonna bring the right knee to the chest, and then take the right knee out to the right, keep your hips square, and now take the right knee back behind you, raise the roof, squeeze the knee in, raise the roof, extend the leg. Straight. Hips square. Melissa, feel free to, we would love for you to tell us if our hips aren't square, right? Yes. Now bend the right knee, raise the roof, heel to butt cheek, raise the roof, knee to the right, knee to the chest, and lower the knee towards the earth. It could hover. Knee to the chest, knee to the right, knee goes back, raise the roof, hug the knee in, extend the leg straight, raise the roof, knee to the right, knee to the chest, and underneath the hip. Knee to the chest, knee to the right, knee goes back behind us, extend the leg straight, raise the roof, squeeze the knee in, take the knee wide, knee to the heart, and release. Do we like it? Okay, we'll switch sides. So now the block will come underneath the right knee and shin. You'll notice the left knee is like dangling here. So let the left knee dangle and sort of push the hands down. And there's like a little bit of inside your body, a sort of internal twist from left to right to keep the hips square. We'll take knee towards the heart, knee to the left, knee comes back behind the hip, raise the roof, squeeze the knee in, extend the leg straight. Heel to butt cheek, raise the roof, knee to the left, knee to the heart, and knee towards the earth, but don't let it touch. And then knee to the heart, to the left, behind us, raise the roof, extend the leg, raise the roof, leg bent, knee to the left, knee to the heart, and lower down. Exhale, knee to the heart, inhale to the side, exhale behind us, inhale leg straight, exhale heel to butt cheek, raise the roof, knee wide, try to keep the hips steady and stable, knee to the heart. Do we do one more or is that even? And release. That was even? After my second kid, I forgot how to count reps, so. Are we warm from that? She's a genius, is she not? Alex Holmes, the genius. What? Especially with the props. We'll meet in downward dog. Find your breath. On your inhale, we'll float the right leg to the sky. Look forward, exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Right knee and toes point straight ahead. On your exhale, big step forward, standing tall mountain. Big breath in. Exhale, bend the legs, fingertips tap the earth. Stay deep in the legs as you inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, how low can you go? Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, fold. Bend your legs as much as you need. Inhale, get long through the spine. Exhale, step your right foot back to the lunge. On your inhale, breathing through the nose, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. You can stay right here, rest whenever and as needed. Know where you like to go to rest. Is it to child's pose? Is it to puppy pose? Is it to laying on your belly? And then linking breath and movement, if and as you like. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower towards the earth in the style of you, some version of Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale for a baby cobra, just a baby cobra. Can you flick your toenails down? Claw your fingertips towards your toes and really feel your connection to the earth here. And as you flick the toenails down, even hug your outer heels towards each other. One more breath. Exhale, downward dog. Follow your breath. Notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. Particularly notice your connection to the ground. Through your hands, through your feet, through your arms, through your legs. On the inhalation, look forward, float the left leg up. Exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale, root down through the legs as you reach up past your fingertips. And on an exhale, we'll launch off the back foot, step forward, standing tall mountain, big breath in. Exhale, bend the legs, fingertips touch the earth. Stay deep in the legs as you reach your arms up to the sky. Push into your legs and then pull your sitting bones to your heels. Oh, as you reach up through the spine, the crown, the fingertips. Sit a little deeper. Inhale, stand tall. Feel both feet on the ground as you exhale, hands to heart. Pause. Stand your ground. Feel both feet on the ground. Feel the rhythmic beating of your heart and the breath. Keeping your connection to breath, to heart, to earth. Release the hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the legs, fingertips tap the earth. Lean into your fingertips as you push your thigh bones back and reach your heart forward. Lean into your fingertips as you push the thigh bones back. Exhale, fold. Is it right leg back to lunge? Left leg back to lunge? Thanks.
Because we stepped to the left forward. We stepped to the left.
How about you do you? I'm going to go left leg back. No worries. I promise no heads will be rolling. Inhale, reach up. Push through the legs to reach through the arms. On your exhale, plant the hands, downward dog. Can stay here, find rest, or let the currents of your breath carry you through a linking vinyasa in the style of you. Take your time. Breathe through the nose and let the breath itself slightly precede so as to guide the movement, to guide the flow. Let the breath be your guide. On your inhale, we'll float the left leg to the sky. Promise I mean left. Exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, big step forward to balance. Cross ankle over thigh and sit deep into pigeon chair. Again, pull your sitting bones towards your standing heel as you reach the heart forward. Slide the biceps back, the head back, the biceps back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, thread it back to a lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, wrap your arms around yourself. Just notice which arm you're at, because on the next side, we're going to want to cross the other way. And as you pull towards each other and give yourself a great embrace, pull the feet towards each other, start to lean back. Lift your back knee and thigh higher, as though your back knee was moving towards your head and your head is moving towards your knee pit, and bend a little deeper in the front leg. Inhale to unfurl. They probably got a little muffled at home. Sorry, folks. Exhale, plant the hands. Downward dog. Pause here. Notice what you feel. Feel what you notice. On your inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch the lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, launch off your back foot, cross ankle over thigh for pigeon chair. As you reach out or forward or up, just to stabilize yourself, like you can reach in whatever direction promotes your stability. And know how to be resourceful with yourself for your stability. So you could reach forward, you could reach up, but wherever you are, think Pull your sitting bones to your standing heel. Woo. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, thread it back to a lunge. I already forgot which arm was on top, but if you remember, cross the arms. Pull your feet towards each other. You'll feel the legs engage. Give yourself a great embrace. Embrace yourself, all parts of yourself. The you that you are, the you that you were, the you that you have yet to become. And as you press the back heel, knee, and thigh to the sky, you can reach up and back over your back leg. Let the top of the front thigh descend. One more breath. Inhale to unfurl. Whoo. Exhale, downward dog. Find your breath. Completely optional to link breath and movement. That means to find a vinyasa in the style of you, or to link breath to stillness in a way that allows you to breathe more deeply and fully in a way that requires the least amount of effort. Notice if the inner edges of the hands are uprooting, push through the inner edges of the earth to lift through the hips and ground through the heels. On an inhale, float the right leg to the sky, look forward, exhale, catch your lunge. Mindful of your neighbors here, we're going to pivot the feet to the left. Wide-legged forward fold. Make your feet parallel. Press your calves forward. You can even use your hands to push your calves forward, and then press your thighs back. And now either take your strap or interlace your hands behind your back for a shoulder stretch. Anchor into your heels as you tip into the balls of your feet. Stay heavy in the heels as you lean into the balls of the feet, and then push the middle of your thigh bones back, and notice if the arms get heavier overhead. Think sitting bones magnetized to the earth as the skull roots towards the earth. Belly breathing through the nose. On your exhale, release. Turn your right knee and toes through lunge. Lower the back knee down onto the padding. And then bend the back leg, and with either hand, you can go left hand for foot or right hand for foot. If you're going right hand for foot, you might keep left fingertips to the floor. Left hand to foot, you might keep right fingertips to the floor. If you want more, if you feel stable, you can come more upright. Keeping one hand to the floor or block is going to provide more stability because there's more points, touch points with the earth, which provides more stability. Pull the back knee forward, pull the front foot back, and wherever you are, regardless of the variation, we take the top of the left thigh to the left heel first. Keeping that, let the top of the front thigh descend. Belly breath. Gently release. Downward dog. Notice what you feel. On your inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Lower the back knee down, pad as needed. And then we'll bend the back leg. And again, either hand finds the foot. You can keep left fingertips to the floor inside. Maybe right hand to the floor or a block. If you feel steady, you can come more upright. And wherever you are, pull the back knee forward, pull the front foot back. Think top of the back thigh to the back heel as the top of the front thigh descends to the front heel. Belly breathing through the nose, smoothly, deeply and fully in a way that requires the least amount of effort. So no need to over-breathe. Especially as the air gets drier, those of you who love your ujjayi breath, just be mindful when the air is dry to not overdo it. Lift the back knee and thigh up, Pivot your feet to the right for the wide-legged forward fold. Notice if this feels any different now, having opened the thighs. Can reach for your outer shins, calves, outer ankles, or backs of the ankles, like whatever just feels natural for you to hold on to your own legs. And as you brace your legs, draw the shoulder blades together. And as you brace the legs, keep the heels grounded as you tip into the balls of your feet. Shoulder blades together, head heavy. You can even, like with the head heavy, sort of nod the head yes. And let it sort of soften into stillness. And as you brace the legs, push your thigh bones back. Gently release. Turn the left foot through lunge, downward dog. We'll walk the hands towards the feet. Bow to the heart. Bring your hands behind the head. Draw the shoulder blades together. Bend your legs as much as feels appropriate for you. Legs can be straight or bent or anywhere in between. And now push your head into your hands to sort of like reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Tug your sitting bones towards your heels. And press the palms up, hands interlaced. Reach up and over to the right as you ground through the left leg. Breathe into the left waistline. Inhale through center. Press the index finger knuckles up as you draw the little fingers down. Reach up and over to the left. As you ground through the right leg, breathe into the right waistline. Inhale to center, point the fingers to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Find your breath. Feel both feet on the ground and notice the rhythmic beating of the heart, always present, intrinsically peaceful, utterly powerful, wherein every virtue imaginable and more resides in seed form. What is it that you want to see grow this year in this cycle? Release the hands, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the leaves, the legs, bend the legs, fingertips touch the floor. Look at your feet and make sure the knees and toes are pointing straight ahead. Think pubic bone back. Let's bring hands to the thighs. Pubic bone back like you're sticking your butt out. You'll feel your sitting bones widen. And then with the sitting bones wide, think sitting bones root towards the earth. Like I love these monstera roots. Imagine those are your sitting bones. They're like rooting down and spreading out. Keep that as you reach the arms forward or up. Exhale, how low can you go? As you breathe in through the nose, stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Release the hands, inhale. Exhale, bend the legs, fingertips touch the earth. Pubic bone back, sitting bones wide and down and wide as you reach up. Exhale, how low can you go? Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, bend your legs, fingertips tap the earth. Pubic bone back, sitting bones wide, anchor down as you reach up. Stay in the legs as you reach up or out. Stand tall. Exhale, fold. Touch the earth, bend the legs. Inhale, reach up. Think sitting bones to heels. Inhale, stand tall. 2 more. Exhale, fold. Legs can be bent. Touch the floor. Bend the legs a lot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sitting bones deeper, wider. Inhale, stand tall. Last one. Exhale, fold. Bend the legs. Inhale, reach up. Sitting bones root into the earth and spread wide where we're all connected. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's breathe through the nose. Let yourself regulate. Feel both feet on the ground. You don't have to control the breath. Just let it move through the nose. And then start to slowly slow down the beginning of each side of each breath. Release the hand, shake it out. Whew. Still friends? Okay. How do I redeem myself after that? Here it comes. Redemption, hopefully. I aspire this year. Release the hands, reach up. Exhale, fold. Bow to your heart. Walk your hands out. Let's bring the right knee outside the right wrist for pigeon prep. And bring your forearms to the floor in front of you. Pull the back knee forward. Pull the front knee back. Try to lift and square the hips. So as you pull the knees towards each other, hips a little bit from left to right. And then keeping that lift in the hips and pelvis, that squaring off action, can you inch the back knee back? And as you inhale, pull the knees towards each other, hips. And as you exhale, maybe inch the back knee back. Belly breathing through the nose. Breathe into what can't be seen but can be felt. The hands, downward dog. Am I halfway to redemption yet or not even close? Left side through to pigeon prep. And fold over the front leg. Can you push that down so much the outer heel gets lighter? And as you settle into the fabric of the posture, as you inhale, draw the knees towards. Square the hips by wrapping left hip back. It's a breath with an action. As we inhale, we pull each other. The effect is of the hips lifting. Square the hips, right hip forward, left hip back. Keep it as you exhale, inch the back knee back. Bend back, step it through to downward dog. Pedal the feet, linking vinyasa if and as you like. You can stay in dog and play with bending the left leg a lot to stretch through the right leg. Notice any changes. And alternate bending the right leg a lot to stretch through the left leg. Notice any changes. When you're ready, we'll meet in dog. On an exhale, we'll step the right foot up to the lunge. Back heel to the earth. Inhale for warrior two. Just passing through, push your front leg straight, but think kneecap up more than back. And on the exhale, right fingertips to the floor or a block for triangle pose. Just 3 to 5 breaths at your own pace. Through the nose. Push through the legs as you lean back over the shoulder blades, and as you root through your bottom fingers into the block or into the floor, reach out beyond your left fingers. On an exhale, pass through your lunge, downward dog. Push through the arms to lift through the hips and ground through the heels. Claw the fingers as you spread the toes. Breathe, feel, notice. And with an exhale, lightly step the left foot through to lunge. Back heel to the earth. Inhale to pass. 2, stretch your stance. Find your ground through your legs, through your feet into the earth, and then push your front leg straight. Think kneecap up more than back, and on your exhale, left fingertips to the floor or a block. I recommend a block so that, again, you're resourcing yourself. Lift the earth to meet you where you are as you are here and now in this moment. And as you push through the legs, ground through the feet, you can extend through the spine, the crown, lean over your shoulder blades, belly breathing through the nose, and root through your left fingertips so much you extend past your right fingertips. Feel that line of connection from earth to sky, fingertips to fingertips. Exhale through lunge, downward dog. In the downward dog, we're going to walk the left foot over to the right edge of the mat. And then right foot in front of the left foot, step your right foot over to the left edge of your mat. So the legs are crossed, right leg in front. Does that make more sense? Feet about as wide as the mat, lower your knees towards the earth. Stick your butt out, arch the spine, point the feet, and start to sit back between your heels. Just pause. See if you can get both sitting bones to the ground. How we doing? Walk it forward. This is to, let me just state this. This is to widen our window of tolerance for vata derangement. So if you start to feel deranged where we're going, I hope that doesn't really trigger anyone. Just know that's part of the point, and can you stay with your breath and in your center, even if and when we get confused, okay? We're going to tuck the toes, press it back to downward dog, legs crossed. Walk your hands towards your feet just until you start to feel your weight more on your legs than your hands. We're going to walk the hands over to the left. Turn your feet, your toes to point to the left. You're in like a short pyramid pose, yeah? We're going to walk the hands to the back of the mat. Turn your toes to the back of the mat. We're in a wide-legged, sort of wide uttanasana, forward fold. We're going to walk our hands to the left. Turn your toes to the left. We're in a pyramid pose on the other side, yeah? Facing the brick wall if you're in studio. We're going to walk the hands to the left. Turn the toes to the front of the mat. Walk your hands out towards downward dog. Did we lose anyone along the way? This is a no yogi left behind model. Lower the knees down and sit between your heels. No matter how you got there, here we all are. Bravo. We can move together. Was that not as bad as anyone thought, some of you? Sometimes if you're prepared for it, it's not as bad, right? Know what to expect. But that's not how life works. Sorry, friends. Walk it forward. Tuck the toes. Legs are crossed as we come into downward dog. Walk your hands towards your feet until the weight shifts through the legs. Now we're going to walk the hands to the right, turn toes to the right. Pause in pyramid, and as you fold over your front leg, think right hip forward, left hip crease back. Walk your hands to the back of your mat, turn your feet to the back of the mat. Fold between your legs, and here pause. Bring your hands to your shins, brace your shins. Press your calves forward. Your heels stay grounded as you lean into the balls of your feet. Can you feel that tippy energy? It's like a yoga version of tipsy. Press, so the heels stay grounded, but tip into the balls of your feet. And now keeping that, can you press your thigh bones back? That has a very grounding effect for the legs and hips. Fingertips to the floor, the back of the mat. Walk your hands to the right, turn your toes to the right, pause here. Use blocks as needed too, my friends, especially if the hamstrings are tight. Have blocks under your hands to lift the floor to you. And we're going to wrap the left hip forward and the right hip back as you bow inside or over your front leg. Get long through the spine, turn your toes to the front of the mat, walk your hands in front of you. Legs are crossed. Walk your hands forward. Step your left foot behind your left wrist, your right foot behind your right wrist. Fold over the legs. Feet are about as wide as the mat here. Take your heels a little closer. Knees and toes can turn out. Bring your elbows onto your thighs. And now bring your sitting bones towards the earth. You can bring your elbows between your legs and kind of like a, what do you call that? Like a corkscrew. Press the elbows out. Sitting bones lower, press the elbows out, sitting bones lower. How low can you go keeping your heels on the ground? Lift your hips, it's fine. Be in your, breathe. And then tush to the ground. Stretch your legs out, give them a shake. How am I doing on time? Good. Place a block outside your right shin. Manually. Let's bend the left in. And you don't have to pull your left heel all the way in. The left foot can feel grounded, and you can feel like you're rooting through the front of your sitting bone. So sometimes if you pull the heel in too close, we kind of rock back onto our, like above the sitting bone. But if you give yourself a little more ground between your butt and your heel, then you can get more to the front of your sitting bone. And holding the front of the shin can help. Find your breath. We're going to tap the foot outside the block, inside the block. We're going to do that 5 more times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the left leg, bend the right leg. Hold the front of the shin to sit up tall. We'll take the block outside the left leg. We'll tap the heel outside the block, inside the block. And at your own pace. 5, 4, 3, jaw soft, brow soft. 2, 1. Stretch the legs out. Then bend the legs until the feet can be flat on the ground. Take your hands behind you. Let's try hands to blocks here. Stand through the feet, think pubic bone towards the floor, shoulders up and back, stand through the feet to lift the hips up. Press the feet down, belly breathing. Exhale, lower the tush down. Let's extend the right leg straight. Bring block beside the hips. So we're right leg straight. Blocks on the medium height or the highest height, but make sure they're on the mat and not wobbly, because you got to really push into the blocks here. Push into your tush up. Again, thread it back. Walk your blocks forward. Bend the leg. Squeeze the right knee to the midline as you raise the roof. Knee to the right. Knee to the heart. Push back in line with the hip. Raise the roof. Knee to the heart. Knee to the right. Knee behind you. Raise the roof. Exhale, knee to the heart. Thread the right leg through. Walk the blocks back. Whew. And shake it out. Oh, gravity. We'll bend the right leg in. Blocks outside the hips. And like the blocks on and like outside the hips are slightly behind you, wherever you need to leverage yourself to get up. And if you need less, like you perhaps need less, blocks low, or maybe like no blocks or no hands, maybe if you're like a PJ, I don't know. I just want to make sure that there's options for everyone. So you can try like no. But just so you know, like there's could be blocks on blocks on blocks on blocks. 2. Okay? So find your connection to earth, your connection to self, and as we make the challenging transition, left leg goes behind us like a supported warrior 3, the blocks come forward. Okay, pause here. Supported warrior 3. Push into the blocks to slide the rib cage up and back. Right hip crease tacks back. Right knee and toes point straight ahead. Bend your back leg, heel to butt cheek. Squeeze the knee in, raise the roof. Knee wide to the left. Knee to the heart. Knee back, raise the roof. Extend the leg. Heel to butt cheek, knee to the heart, knee to the left, knee goes back, raise the roof, extend the leg. Heel to butt cheek, raise the roof, knee wide, knee to the heart, thread the leg through forwards as you walk the blocks back and and shake it out. Hands on blocks or on the floor behind you. Bend the legs, reverse table. This is a little counter pose. Reverse table. And lower down. Does everyone have massage balls? Okay. We're going to take the balls out of their totes. Raise a hand if you need massage balls. Great work, Melissa. Bravo. Okay, we're going to come onto our backs. Drink some water before you lay down. And as you come onto your back, knees bent, feet on the floor, we're going to put knees bent, feet on the floor. We're going to place a ball underneath the top of each butt cheek. One on each side of the midline, aka the crack, or slightly above the crack because, cracks are the same and different. So maybe even slightly above the crack, one on each side of the midline at the tops of your butt cheeks. And then receive the breath. Let the breath breathe you. Receive gravity. Let gravity hold you. Think pubic bone towards the floor. And then very gently sort of push and pull through your feet. Can you feel that? Push through your feet, pull through your feet. Push your feet forward, pull your feet back. Subtle. Let it be subtle. Can you feel that? Is there a little bit of movement there? Now take your feet as wide as your mat, heel toe your feet wider apart. And we're going to swagger the hips, sort of roll the hips a little to the left and lower your knees to the right. Breathe. If there's a block handy, you can place a block for support underneath your right leg if that's helpful. You're driving here, so you're in control of how much the knees move towards the floor or stay lifting. Belly breathing through the nose. Inhale, knees point to the sky, swagger your hips to the right, and then let the knees fall towards the left. And maybe a block comes outside the left knee for support. Does that make sense? And it shouldn't take the breath away. That's how you know it's too intense. You should be at a level of intensity where the breath can be deep and full and require the least amount of effort. So we're not sort of dissociating with the breath or huffing and puffing or like clenching the jaw. Let the jaw be soft and the breath moves through the nose. Point the knees to the sky. Swagger hips to the left, knees to the right. Belly breath or 2 or 3. On an inhale, knees to the sky, swagger hips to the right, knees to the left. Inhale to center. Bring your feet a little bit closer together, like hips distance. For folks, do you feel like the balls are still underneath your butt, or did they get too wide apart? If the balls spread too far apart, you can just sort of plant the balls on the outer butt cheeks, at the top of the butt cheeks. So take the balls wider apart, but still sort of pinned underneath the tops of the butt cheeks. And with the feet together, tip your knees to the right, just as much as is appropriate. Inhale through center, feet and knees together, tip to the left. We're on the outer upper butt cheek, yeah. Inhale to center. You're driving, you're in control. Beware of too much intensity. Feet together, knees together, tip to the right. And now left knee points to the sky as the right knee goes to the right, and you can push and pull through your legs again. Can you feel that? Push especially the left foot down and forward, and then yield. Push the left foot down and forward, and then yield. Can you feel that? And then knees together, feet together at the midline, tip to the left. Right knee to the sky so the knees can come apart. And then push through the right foot and yield. Push through the right foot and yield. And slowly at your own pace, you can do little pulses and come to center. How we doing? Yeah, like anyone have more stuck in their ass than they ordinarily realize? Remove the balls for a moment, like let's just release for a moment. You can stretch your legs out long, let the feet roll open, or sort of shake them out if you're feeling any activation in your legs. What? Uh-oh. What? Okay, good. Okay, bend the legs, feet on the floor. Now we're gonna go to the middle butt cheek region. Central butt cheek. And with the balls underneath the middle of the butt cheek, you can point knees to the right, point knees to the left. Notice if there's a difference from side to side, what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. Slowly back and forth at your own pace. If taking the knees as a unit from side to side is too much, just the reminder you could take the knees towards the right and then keep the left knee pointing to the sky as the right knee opens. And then tip the knees to the left, which will bring the weight more to the left ball. And then right knee to the sky as the left knee opens. Does that make sense? Like half butterflies almost. And as you half butterfly, like right knee to the right knee to the midline, left knee to the left knee to the midline. If you want to add to it, as the right knee goes to the right, sort of push and pull through the left foot, and vice versa. As the left knee goes to the left, you can push and yield through the right leg and foot. And then legs to center. This is not going to be for everyone. We have balls underneath the central butt cheek region. Left foot on the floor, bend the right knee in. Push into the left foot and yield. Right foot to the floor, bend the left leg in. You can stay right here. Push through the right foot if you want more. And then yield, left foot to the floor. This is a big if. This next one is a big if. Try not to over-intensify. Totally optional. Both feet off the floor. Knees over the hips. Think pubic bone to the floor as the knees come in. Try not to let the pubic bone lift. Exhale, feet to the floor, butt cheeks lift, balls remove, and stretch the legs out. So just a note to like the hidden tension here. This is a lot of the underlying roots of lower back issues are because of tightness and weakness in this area. So just really allow yourself to receive some newfound deep intrinsic awareness of what lives in this realm and how it might be playing out globally in your body. Bend the legs, feet on the floor. Now we're going to southern butt cheek region, right above the sitting bones. Try to find, and like take your time to explore there. We want to try to more than less find the area right above the sitting bones. So if you find your frontal hip bones with your hands, those bony landmarks in front, your superior, anterior, iliac spines. That's about the width that the balls are going to be underneath you and like pretty darn low on the butt cheeks. And when we hit that area, the tendency is going to be for like the pelvic floor to grip. Really try to release the pubic bone towards the earth, as though you were trying to stretch from your navel to your pubic bone to the earth. And that might be plenty right there. Can stay right there. Big if, humongous if. If you want more, lift the right foot up. Pubic bone towards the floor. Take the right knee in. Take the right knee wide. Take the right foot down. Option to lift the right foot up. Right knee in. Pubic bone down. Right knee wide. Right foot down. Right foot up. Right knee wide. Right knee towards the belly. Right foot down. Right foot up. Right knee wide. Right foot towards the belly, right foot down. It could be very different from side to side. Option to lift the left foot up. The knee just comes in a little. Let it be like as subtle as humanly possible. Like really go for subtlety here. Left knee to the left, left foot down, left foot up, knee towards the left shoulder, knee goes out to the left, left foot comes down to the floor. And now we go the opposite direction. If and as you like, foot up, left knee to the left knee towards the left shoulder, left foot to the floor, drawing a circle on the sky with the knee, left foot wide, left knee towards the heart, left foot to the floor. Stay here, remove the balls. Many of us are good and ready to remove the balls. Big if you want more, lift both feet up. And let the pubic bone get really heavy towards the earth. And feet to the floor, hips up, remove the balls. How we doing? Shake it out. Then feel how like heavy and soft your lap is, and correspondingly maybe more spacious. Just really let the breath be as deep and as full as requires the least amount of effort. And in the less effort, notice if naturally now the breath has a little bit more depth and inner expansion. Okay, we're gonna roll onto the belly. Would you mind kicking this up a degree or two? Make it warmer. Is that okay with you guys? Like since we're laying still and it was like sweaty, now I'm like cold and wet. It's not my favorite. How we doing? You can even make it wag your hips a little bit. Like really just feel that like fluidity, that fluid groundedness in your hips. Balls out. We're gonna take a ball. underneath the base of the right thigh. Sorry. A yoga teacher that I follow posted this slide on Instagram, tits out as a verb. It was like, okay. Just made me think of it when I said balls out. So we have the ball at the base of the right thigh, just above the right knee, and you can either be propped on your forearms like I am, or make a pillow with your hands and just get like really cozy in the lap of the earth. I'm just more propped up so that I can look around and see y'all, and so that the microphone doesn't get too muffled. We're gonna bend the right leg and straighten the right leg. Bend and straighten. This is one that we do more commonly at Three Queens, this rolling of the quads, and not often after we roll the buttocks. For those of you who are familiar with this, I want you to just notice the difference in how your thighs feel now having done your tushy first. We're gonna bend the leg as much as you can tolerate, and then we'll take the knee to the right, let the heel fall to the midline. And then we'll take the knee to the midline, let the foot fall to the right. Knee wide, roll to the inseam. Knee comes to the midline as you roll to the outseam. Notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it, really refining our subtle inner awareness. And then extend the leg straight. And you can scooch your body backwards in order for the ball to roll up to the middle thigh, or you can manually just adjust the. And then again, bend the leg and straighten the leg slowly at your own pace. For any friends in the room who have knee stuff, historical or present, or a desire to prevent future knee stuff, stuff is a technical term, this is so great. And particularly if you have like a knee thing on one side and not the other historically, you're gonna probably notice a phenomenal difference from side to side. Can stay with this, or even just extend the leg and sort of push the top of the foot down to lift the thigh, and then release the knee to the floor. So you push the foot down and it kind of spits the ball out, and then you release the knee and the ball gets a little deeper. So you can stay with those pulses, or again, you can bend the leg and take the knee wide, roll to the inseam, and then knee to the midline, foot wide, roll to the outseam. Across the middle thigh region, middle of the quads. Hoping that if I didn't get redemption with pigeon, that I'm on the road. I hope you get to take the best poop of your life later today or tomorrow morning. Sorry. And come to the middle and release. How we doing? And then either roll backwards or slide the ball on this leg. And again, you can start with even like pressing the foot down so much the knee and thigh lifts, and then releasing the knee. And you can subtly like take the ball more to the midline or wider away from the midline with that action. Can add the bending and straightening if and as you like. Allow yourself to be really experimental here, like just explore. Explore this interior region, we'll call it quadriceps. And it's more subtle because the range of motion is a little tighter up here, but you can bend the leg and take knee wide, foot to the middle, roll to the inseam. I'm even, for the first time ever, I'm exploring extending the leg straight there. I'm pushing the inner edge of the foot down and then yielding on the inner thigh. Never done that before, inspired by you all. And then bend the leg and the foot can roll in and extend the leg and push down there. Ooh. Ooh, and release, we good? Release the ball with your hands and just take a breath or two or three to feel the difference from side to side. And in particular, the way in which this, that when we release tension, we get grounded, heavier in a way, but at the same time lighter and more spacious. It's so fascinating how we embody all the elements in this way, and that the tension really kind of eclipses our elemental nature, but that when we move in a way and work in a way to regulate and manage our tension, we get more in touch with our nature, and it's grounding and enlightening at the same time. If you sort of ended up near the back of your mat, you can pull yourself top of your mat again, and then when you're ready, we'll put a ball underneath the base of the left thigh. Near the knee. And again, just mindful, if this was the side that has the history of injury, it's going to be really different. Can bend and straighten slowly at your own pace to start. Be more dynamic as we find our way inward. When you find the bent and straight that you can tolerate, we'll take knee to the left, roll to the inseam, the foot falls to the right. And then knee to the midline, foot falls to the left, roll to the outseam. Back and forth slowly at your own pace. And then come to the middle, extend the legs, scooch your sets. You can press the top of the foot down, the knee and thigh lift, tenses, and then release the knee. When you press the foot down, it kind of spits the ball out. When you release the knee, it kind of sinks in deeper. And then you can play with bending and straightening the leg if you like. And rolling from inseam to inseam, knee wide, foot falls to the right. Might extend the leg straight and press the top of the inner edge of the foot down so much the leg lifts onto the ball, and then release. And then bend the leg, knee to the midline, foot falls to the left. And maybe extend the leg straight there and press the outer edge of the foot down. Holy smokes. So as you like, as appropriate for you. And then when you're ready, extend the leg straight, and we'll take our foot on the little bit higher towards the top of the thigh. Press the foot down, knee lifts, release the knee. Down, knee lifts, the knee. Can stay like that or add bending the leg and straightening. Maybe knee wide, knee to the midline, rolling from inseam to outseam. Just being really curious, exploratory. Just a couple more breaths. Then remember, you can scoot yourself forward. Plant the hands alongside the chest, inner edges of the hands as wide as the mat. Spread the fingers. Stretch back through your legs and press the tops of the feet down and squeeze the inner heels together. Push the hands down, in, and back as you slide the heart forward and up. Press the inner edges of the hands down, in, and back. Squeeze the heels together. Press the inner edges of the hands down and back. Down. Claw the hands back. Flick the toenails down. And as you pull the hands back, reach your heart forward and down. Let it kiss the toes. Sit back on your heels. Okay. We're going to come to sit and extend the legs out. We'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Right ankle over left thigh. And then draw the left heel in and scoot your tushy forward. Flex the right foot. This is my favorite hip opener. Push through the hands, lift the hips, and lower your hips closer to your heel. Maybe walk your hands in. Push through the hands to draw the low back in and up. Flex the right foot. Lift the hips. Think pubic bone towards the floor. Maybe hips a little closer to your heel. One more breath. And then you could walk it out. And walk your right, either extend your bottom leg straight, or this is deeper, okay? Or walk your left foot over to the right and stack your shins. It's called fire log pose. So you can have the bottom leg straight, or you can have shins stacked. You want to feel that both sitting bones are evenly rooted. You don't have to have the shins stacked. Okay, yeah, or say. Sit up nice and tall. If you feel steady, press the balls of the feet into the hands and the hands into the balls of the feet. You should feel that way up in your hips when you press hands into feet and feet into hands. The outer ankles should be lifting. And then inhale, rise up. Stretch your bottom leg out. Stretch your top leg out. Give a shake. We'll cross the the left ankle over the right thigh. Flex the foot, sit up tall. And you can be right here. Another really yummy variation, if the hips are tight, is to be here and then take a strap across the ball of the foot and like you're water skiing. Just press the heel down and sit up tall. Anyone ever gone water skiing? Do you like it? Yeah. I've been water skiing. I don't recommend it, but it does look like some people have fun when they do it. This is my favorite version of water skiing, this. Safely dry and warm on land, not being pulled and whipped around in water. Anyway, earthy. So you can sit up tall like this. It's great to open the hamstrings and get really grounded. And if you like this version, pull the heel in, lean into your hand, draw the low back in and up. Just a couple of breaths here, like right at the first natural edge. And then scoot your hips forward, just a little. Belly breathing. Like as you inhale, feel your belly get full and expand. And as you exhale, feel it empty and contract. And then push through the hands to lift your hips up. Think pubic bone towards the floor as you bring your tushy closer to your heel. Maybe walk the hands in. I think of this as like the folding chair pose. I don't know why, but that's just what comes to mind. Can lift the hips, but let the hips be heavy so you're not sort of gripping the pelvic floor. And then pubic bone towards the heel, walk it in. This can be so nice against a wall or furniture at home too. And then walk your tushy back a little bit. You can extend your bottom leg out straight and take that water ski version, or heel toe your right foot over to the left and stack the shins. It's called fire log pose, Agni Stambhasana. Hands to the floor, blocks sitting up nice and tall. Or option to press the balls of the feet into the hands, like the hands were gas pedals, and you're really pushing through the big toes and big toe ball mounds. 3 of the deepest, fullest belly breaths that require the least amount of effort. Jaw soft. Inhale to rise up, lean back. Extend the bottom leg and then the top leg. Give it a shake. Scoot your tushy to your heels. Knees can be together apart. Give yourself a big squeeze, a loving embrace. And then gently find your way onto your back. You lower the lights all the way, please. Hug your legs in towards your chest. It's called wind relieving pose, Apanasana. So really like belly breathing and letting the thighs press into the belly as the belly expands and as the belly empties. If you would love to add a happy baby in here, I encourage you to do so. And even scan your body with your awareness to see if there's any other final poses, movements, or adjustments that you need or want to make. In order to feel completely prepared to fully relax, you can add or remove props, add or remove layers. Let your hair down. Put your glasses safely off to the side. And as you prepare yourself for a final relaxation posture, a posture that invites and invokes optimal relaxation, imagine making of yourself, your whole being, body, mind, and heart, a heartfelt, mindful, and substantial offering to the altar of the earth. You are the offering. And as you place yourself on the altar of the earth, allow yourself to feel held, supported by the unconditional support of gravity. And as the body releases into the lap of the earth, where we are all deeply rooted and connected, turn your awareness now to the breath, to the energy that fills us, surrounds us, and connects us. Let each breath in feed the seeds of intention in your heart of hearts. And let each breath out itself be an offering, a heartfelt offering from inside out in all directions. Trace the breath in, the light of awareness, take it to heart. And let the breath pour out of you heartfelt in all directions. And as the nature of the mind tends to be just a little more scattered this time of year, you can notice that, hold it in your awareness without any need to judge. And when and as needed, call your awareness back to your breath. And sometimes it helps to add a count to the breath to help tether the awareness to the breath. You can inhale for 4, pause at the top, and exhale for 8. Pause at the bottom. Inhale for 4, pause at the top, let the breath percolate inside, and exhale for 8. Invite a deeper breath in. Let it fill you up. Take it to heart. And offer a longer breath out, heartfelt, in all directions. Bathing in breath. A deeper breath in, a longer breath out. The breath ignites the heart. And the splendor of the heart illuminates the mind and the body. And here in this gift of conscious embodiment, let the spirit that you are begin to gently awaken the body that you have in whatever ways feel good. Wiggling toes, fingers, stretching arms and legs, the eyes still closed, a steady gaze inward. Let the body that you have affirm, embrace, and hold the spirit that you are. Wrap yourself around yourself. And again, when you're ready, bend the legs and feel both feet on the floor. Feel both feet on the ground. And take a moment to call yourself down to earth, to call yourself back to reality, and to visualize the ways in which you stretch your practices of yoga into all the activities and encounters of your daily life. And in what way can your practices help you really set the tone and the vibe for the year ahead? What is it that you most want to see grow, repaired, forgiven in the year ahead? And holding that in your heart of hearts, gently roll to one side. Pause in a fetal position. It's the gesture that symbolizes the pure potential and unlimited possibilities of all new beginnings. Just pause in that space of pure potential and unlimited possibility. Open to receive a new beginning. To expect the unexpected and to have a sense of self-security and esteem. And pressing through your arms, let's find our way into a comfortable seated posture. With the eyes closed and the hands folded before the heart in Anjali Mudra. A final gesture of sincere self-reverence that acknowledges and honors the voice of the true teacher, the indwelling light, never further than the heart, which is never further than the breath, and a gesture that places this aspect of ourselves before us as a guide in all we do. In so doing, bringing more light, more love, more virtuosity to those in the world around us. As you bow to your heart, with all my heart I bow to this light and virtuosity in each and every one of you. May it guide us all in all we do. Thank you so much for your practice, so much for your presence, and thank you for all that you are and all that you do every single day of your life. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Melissa, for being here. Thank you all so much for being here. Lots of announcements, but I'm having a hard time facing reality. I do know that we're having a pop-up shop at the studio on October 1st. That's a Sunday. I don't know if this has been widely announced yet. But one of the former baristas at Shot Tower Coffee, which I also own over at 6th and Christian, is an incredible artist and maker of clothing and has coordinated, I think, like 50 vendors. I don't understand how. Just trying to be spacious. Vendors to come take over the studio on October 1st. So I hope that you'll come to class early. Class will be at 9 o'clock on October 1st. So if you're a person that likes to sign up in advance, just know that there might be some, if you've already signed up, it might get jostled on the digital reality. So on October 1st, I think that's in 2 weeks, class will be from 9 to 10:30. And then the market will roll in and they'll take some time to set up. And I think they're planning to open at 12. It's a Sunday. So it means something to you all, especially, I think, as Sunday people. 9 o'clock Sunday, October 1st. Look for us on YouTube. I'm live streaming there now. And classes, if you like it, will be there for free for you to access, I think. And any other announcements? I think we're keeping the community classes on the fall schedule, those 6:30 a.m.s, but they're going to be suggested donation at a fixed price, like more than a suggested donation. I'm not sure how that's working, but look out for the fall schedule is what I'm trying to say. Do you all have anything you want to announce? Okay, thanks everyone.